It's MJ. I'm here to do your a month of June tarot reading. My intention with tarot is to offer you divine guidance and loving clarity. I like to do the dailies to check in with you guys. And there is a Patreon community. I offer yoga meditation sessions online as well as the tarot. And EFT, I forget about that. I qualified last year and I do a little bit less of that because it's a newer therapy for me, but it's still a very effective one. So let's get into it. Divine guidance, loving clarity for all my Libra lovers. Divine guidance and loving clarity. There's this Page of Pentacles reversed. This is feeling like a message that's a bit disappointing. Messages that are disappointing almost. There could be a certain sadness around a friendship circle that you're having to let go of or walking away from, or a friend that walked away from you. Hence the messages, like, and I kind of feel like this is maybe intuitive too. Like, you're just getting these inner messages that are making you sad about having to walk away from a group of friends. But they are in the reverse. So this is people, this is the classic situation of when we go through changes and don't want to do certain things anymore. And we just go through a change, for example, like going out and partying and eventually growing out of that and not really wanting to party anymore. And so we walk away from that lifestyle. Yeah, and there's a death card here. So this is based on a transformational experience, an ego death, a dark night of the soul, that kind of thing. So, and then the Hierophant is immediately giving me a sense of a higher call. Like you're being called to something else and you're leaving something behind on a very general, simple sense, right? So I want to get more clarity on the Hierophant energy because I feel like this is energy coming in. This is the arrival of some manifestations, which especially with that Uranian mix in the skies right now, a lot of us could expect some unexpected and or like turbulent little shakeups, but fundamentally what they're doing is bringing, so these shakeups are like, whoa, that came out of nowhere, is manifesting stuff for us because yes, we all know that the releasing, the letting go, the changes can be really, really challenging. But the Hierophant energy is like you're being called to manifest what it is, whatever it is that you're manifesting. And so you're stepping towards that. You are moving towards that. There's a little bit of melancholy and sadness in the Eight of Cups, and it's moving so much slower than maybe you ever could have imagined. Or maybe it feels like maybe you feel completely stuck, like nothing's moving at all. I'm hearing it is, though. It is. It's moving to calmer waters, into a loving union, possibly, Libra. So the Lover's energy is like manifesting, moving to calmer waters within. So if you're in a long-standing relationship, this is a renewal. This is a finally being able to work things out, finally being able to get to that common ground or that like meeting point with, I'm hearing the love of your life. So moving towards calmer waters, finding if that's not the individual case, this can be a unification of self. This come into complete loving serenity with your own being, unifying the right, the left, the light, the dark, the male, the female, or masculine, feminine energies within, moving to calmer waters, taking what is necessary, taking the wisdom, taking the life experience with you, and then manifesting, again, the love of your life, something worth manifesting here. I think it's like, so that Knight of Pentacles definitely wants to come through. For some of you, it's an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. How could I forget Capricorn? It's something like having an encounter feels really amazing, and then slow and steady wins the race, moving forward really steadily in a grounded fashion. Going through the death process to me has been an ongoing process. It feels like there might have been a couple events, but it does feel like this has been an ongoing process, maybe even throughout your life, like transforming, letting go, new life, transforming, letting go, new life. Hence where it's like this higher friend, the higher call. For some of you, I feel like, so the travel card has come up. There might be a little bit of travel, exploration, or you're really just pondering it. Maybe you're wanting to take a break, a holiday. Again, if we've been through a big transformation, or if we've had to let go of a big circle of friends, or a group of people we really cared about at one point in our lives, and we're moving to like for some reason I'm getting a memory of like when I went to India for 3 months to do more yoga training, higher learning, going back to school, where we seek out the higher wisdom or the higher knowledge from another body, from another external source, right? And this is sort of being triggered out of inner messages, or messages coming in that are like, like I don't want to live like this anymore. I want to yeah, just have a higher type of experience. You get to choose. For some of you, you are moving away from a situation that has been incredibly draining. This is a King of Wands energy in the reverse, I would say. Somebody manipulative, toxic, as it were. And I always, bearing in mind, I really do say these things with compassion, as far as like, we're all healing. People that are in the reverse, I would say, just don't know who they are, and so they don't quite know how to be straight, how to be honest. And if we're working on clarity and honesty and vulnerability, and then we recognize that we're dealing with someone that isn't clear, that doesn't know how to be honest, maybe isn't moving forward in their integrity, that can be painful to recognize. But once we see it for what it is, especially through compassion, like they have to go their own way. And they are. This person is moving away from your energy, or you're moving away from their energy. But it's warranted, because it's like breaking our back for somebody who's just happy for us to break our back for them. Right. And when you can really see from the higher vantage point, you can understand the kind of lower bass tone of survival mode, of manipulation tactics based on protective mechanism of survival mode. It's like, okay. And the point is, of even karma, things like this, when we walk away, these people will still deal with their own burdens and their own rising into greater integrity, right? So, but it's almost like on a karmic level, it's no longer a responsibility. And yet, if we've always been responsible for people like that, it can feel scary and unfamiliar to go like, oh, what happens when I meet people that raise me up rather than burden me, drain me, and essentially pull me down? I mean, these flowers are beautiful. The garden is lovely. But clearly she needs to drop those flowers, right? She needs to be able to let that go, as lovely as it might be. Because we can get attached to we identify oftentimes with being a good person. In this situation too, Libra, this might not be a romantic situation, although with the Lovers card present, for a lot of you it is. It is to do with someone or a pattern of behavior with regards to the types of people that we attract into our lives energetically, right? So moving to a higher call, slow and steady, is I'm getting a visual of like pulling yourself out of really dense mud or tar or like quicksand, like being pulled out of that via the higher call, walking away, but in melancholy. Oh no, where am I going? I don't know. But then you're like, oh, I see. Okay. Oh, now we're moving there. And I'm seeing things that I've been wanting to manifest coming into form. So I'm going to keep moving in that direction, even if I have to go it alone for a bit. I'm going to take my time. There's this practicality about this new mission, I would say. Justice. It's got to be done, my lover. That's your energy as well, Libra. the final call, greater justice. And it's finding power in your own path. It's like not wanting to be abused anymore, not wanting to be played, or not wanting to have to be a little minion in somebody else's game. So it's like I'm getting this example of like you're so done with a certain way of working in a work situation that you go and take a job that might be less pay, but you're going to be way happier. So then this is a big pattern break and a big shift. Death card, judgment, sun card. There's this huge amount of major arcana, Libra. So I'm getting a pretty big sense of autonomy. Like either if you're in a long-standing relationship, there's a big switch up, like a big glow up in the relationship that's probably been long-standing, like you or the other person or both of you been going through stuff and not quite coming together and da-da-da. And then the judgment, the justice, is like a rising of greater justice in this rebirth phase. Not like going your own way and yet manifesting everything you've ever wanted. I say that though, like I say that in a really grounded, practical way. Because what I'm saying is like it's not quite like manifest all of your dreams. There's something really practical about it. Manifest everything you wanted. It could, yeah, it could be really, really simple. Like I mean, something about flowers, like more flowers in your life, or just seeing more love and more unification, really. You might really be having like a switch up in your mindset. Like for some of you, the Hierophant just gave me a sense too of like some of you might go back to like church or some sort of entity that again empowers this change. 33, you know, the Christ. I think there's a connection there. Harmony of mind, right? Harmony of heart and soul. And then in the physical dimension, just moving slowly, practically, logically, right? All these major arcanas in the central are like you've already been through like deep change, profound growth, dark night of the soul, letting go of stuff, letting go of people. The pinnacle, interesting because I really feel that of like letting go, all these major arcanas, you're reaching a certain height. For a lot of you, I do feel like it's a spiritual height, like it's the pinnacle of your spiritual awareness, which is now helping you to steady your path on the physical dimension. There's something too about like unlocking, you know, even with the Lover's card here, there is such an autonomous energy. So this might be, I mentioned my trip to India, and that was a sojourn. That was something I did alone, and I was alone. I was then single for probably at least like a couple years, you know, after that trip, and then being on my own to kind of intro process and move the life forward. So I am getting that sense of y'all like having time on your own, or maybe taking a trip on your own, because there's an inner process taking place where you're like unlocking your own riddle, like unlocking your own mystery. That's why the Hierophant too, like you might go on a course or go on some sort of travel thing that opens your mind, and then you're like, oh my God, where's this wisdom been all my life? And then I think of like how we receive what we're ready for, kind of thing. So the Lover's energy with the manifestation, with the moving forward, there's something pulling you, and it's grounded, it's steady, but there's an evolution of an inner harmony through this, like, this rising. And with the sun there in the reverse, this is like a gentle rising. um Other than the melancholy of moving forward, or what, maybe stepping back or away from old dynamics, these cards are solid. There's a lot of major cruxy changes, but there's a harmony, there's a grace, there's a sunshine, there's a warmth coming in that's helping you reach into, like, some sort of spiritual neutrality that is a pinnacle of your life's work. And again, for a lot of you, this is major. These are big breakthrough energies, but there's a part of you that, even with the Uranian energy, with this so-called unexpected, there will be a part of you that knew. So, like, once it's there, once it's manifesting, you'll be like, oh my God, like, my intuition told me about this, or like, I knew this was coming in. I just didn't know consciously. I'll be curious to know how that all lands for you guys. Have a great month of June. I'm gonna finish your reading there, Libra. Lots of love for you guys. Have an awesome month, and I'll look forward to seeing you guys next time. Take care. Peace out.